Hello Car-Revz-Daily fans, Detroit Bureau Chief Carl Malik here, and we're shooting this video today at the Frontier Town Marketplace. It's a very unique and distinct shopping plaza here in Romeo, Michigan, and it has a frontier style aesthetic to it. Very unique, and we highly recommend visiting if you ever find your way in this part of Michigan. We're shooting this video today with our 2020 Mercedes AMG GLC 63 tester. This is not an S. The S is the pinnacle of performance for the GLC range, but you still get a lot of muscle and value packed into the GLC. As you can see here, Benz and designers wanted to try and create a balance between performance and luxury. So AMG models here get a bigger front grille, revised lower bumper treatment that certainly amps up the aggression, but without ruining the lines too much. Bigger wheels are part of the package, and as we make our way around to the rear, you can see that quad exhaust tips are standard, 2 each, and details that we like here on the tips are that you get little AMG logos. A very nice touch here on this special SUV. As we make our way inside, you can see that performance and luxury are balanced yet again. You get an Alcantara wrapped steering wheel here with prominent center marker. S models, it's red, as well as distinct AMG seats that are nice leather units here, and even have Alcantara units here in the center to help keep you in place during spirited driving. As we make our way inside, you can see that ergonomics are a key factor here for Benz designers. You get very prominent air vents here, very prominent climate controls, as well as other controls for layouts in the Mercedes infotainment system. We're going to cover a little bit more of that in a minute. We're going to start the engine here. And as you can see, you get a fully digital gauge cluster. Now this cluster is very unique because it actually changes depending on what theme you select. And what you do is you go here to the theme menu, and as you can see, you have a choice of several distinct themes. You have trip, lounge, standard, experience, and racetrack. Keep in mind that switching between these themes also changes the driving mode. So for example, racetrack would be in its most dynamic setting, whereas going down the line will go between sport and comfort. Right now the gauge cluster is in trip, but we're going to go ahead and choose racetrack. And as you can see, the gauge cluster has transformed into a very minimal but informative unit with a very prominent rev band, rev counter, speedometer, as well as fuel gauge. And we're now going to go back into the theme menu, and we're going to choose this time the standard setting. And as you can see, it does indeed look very standard. You get a traditional style speedometer, a traditional rev counter, as well as inputs for oil temperature and other information scattered throughout the menu. Here, in this mode, you can also see that you do get more detailed information here in the screen. Each mode has a different screen for this. So we're going to go back into some of the other aspects of the system. You can also adjust the ambient lighting. Right now it's in a default purple color, but you can see that there's plenty of adjustability here. You can do brightness and colors. That's where it gets fun. You can do a default color or a multicolor animated color that actually goes through various colors in a pre-programmed sequence. You can do other effects, like for example the welcome chime, the climate, and more. But as you can imagine, AMG models are not all about coddling you with luxury. It's all about performance. And arguably the biggest change in GLC is what lurks under the hood. Now we still miss the V12 in Mercedes AMG model designations. We miss it very much, but underneath the hood of this one is a 4-liter bi-turbo V8. AMG has recently shifted the V8 due to stricter fuel economy standards here in Europe. And this particular example here makes 469 horsepower. Now Mercedes is very keen to highlight that this is a handcrafted engine. You can see it here on this little plaque. Ours was made by Chris Leelman in Germany. And you also get a handcrafted logo on the Maruni sticker for this vehicle. As mentioned, this bi-turbo V8 makes 469 horsepower. And when you let the GLC frolic in freeways, or even in spirited driving, this engine is a real playful character. Pricing for the GLC 63 does start roughly within its segment, with our tester here ringing in at just under $80,000. We're in the mid $79,000 range. Well guys, this is our brief video for the GLC 63 AMG. We're going to have more videos on this tester, as well as our other press vehicle, the 2020 Hyundai Veloster N, very soon. Before we end this video, we will briefly address COVID-19. I'm sure, as you guys are aware and have seen in the news, some states have imposed shelter-in-place orders, California and Illinois recently. Here in Michigan, we are not under a state shutdown yet, but if we get a shelter-in-place order here in Michigan, you might see some of our video content being shot at our home office, perhaps in our garage or perhaps in our backyard to comply with this order. But in the meantime, we're going to do our very best to try and get these videos and content out to you as quickly as possible. So do keep that in mind if we are subject to that shelter-in-place order here at the Metro Detroit office. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great day.